Okay, so looking at one of the Fermi estimation problems that we did today in class. So this one says if you combine all the liquid you will drink over your lifetime, how many bathtubs would it fill? Okay, so kind of two pieces of information I have to think about and kind of guesstimate as to how much they are. So first is, how big is a bathtub? Well, if I were to guess, well, I definitely can't lay down, not even close to lay down in a bathtub. And I'm about 6 feet tall. So I would guess that it's about 1.6 meters-ish. I can't get down, yeah. So, yeah, 1.6 seems like a reasonable guesstimate for me. Maybe a little long, but again, we just need a ballpark number. And then I would say the width is about 0.5 meter, and the depth, too, is about 0.5 meters. Okay, so there's my guesstimate for the lengths, the dimensions of a tub. Okay, to get the volume, we take length times width times height. All right, so our volume here would be 1.6 times 0.5 times 0.5. Well, I kind of chose 1.6 because I can take half of that and half of that again, and I get 0.4. 0.4, what is that, cubic meters. Okay. And then the second piece of information, so that's my volume of the tub. About, again, I shouldn't really use equal signs here, huh? Because these are just roughly. Okay, and second thing I want to look at is like how much water do I drink in a day? Well, water, all liquids, so pretty much drink water and tea, but probably if I think about the size of my water bottle is roughly a liter. I would say I drink between 3 and 4. So let's go ahead and say that I drink 4 liters of water a day out of my water bottle. Okay, so looking at units here, these are both units of volume, but I need to figure out, like, I need to find a common unit, right? If I'm going to figure out how many bathtubs full. So let's go ahead and do this. So I know that 1 milliliter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter off the top of my head. Remember, in these, you're not supposed to, you don't want to have to look anything up. So if I were to convert both of these into milliliters or cubic centimeters, so this would be 4,000 milliliters, right? There's 1,000 milliliters in a liter, or 4,000 cubic centimeters of water per day. Okay, so there's my consumption of water per day. And let's convert my bathtub size in cubic meters into cubic centimeters. So then we can have a common unit. So if I have 0.4 cubic meters, okay, I know that there is 100 centimeters in 1 meter, but I am in cubic meters, so I need to cube my conversion factor. So that gives me 0.4 times 10 to the 6th cubic centimeters, or about 4 times 10 to the 5th, right? So 4 times 10 to the 5th cubic centimeters. Okay, so that's my volume of my tub, and now both of these are in cubic centimeters. Okay, so cool. So now I kind of have the volumes, and the volume per day. But now I got to figure out, well, how many days am I probably going to live? Because this says in your lifetime. Okay, so optimistically, let's say I live to be 80 years old, hopefully longer, but let's say 80 is a nice, pretty good number there to deal with. Okay, so times 365 days per year, and yes, 365.25, but again, we're just estimating, so we'll just leave off that 0.25. Okay, that gives us, well, here I might have to do a little bit of calculation. Just 40, 6 times 8 is 48, so that's 52. Okay, we got 24 and 5 is 29. Okay, so let's round that up. Let's give me about 82 years of life, and that rounds to 30,000 days. So I'm 82 here, right? I added like 800 days to it. Okay, so that's how long I'm going to live, and I'm going to turn that into 3 times 10 scientific notation. Okay, so now I have days, and I have cubic centimeters of water per day, or liquid per day, and I have the volume of the tub. So it looks like I'm ready to find my answer here. So let me make this a little bit smaller so you can see everything. Okay, and so using my number of days that I'm alive, I can figure out the total amount of water. So 3 times 10 to the 4 days. Okay, and I'm going to multiply that by my 4 times 10 to, right, this would be 4 times 10 to the third cubic centimeters per day. Okay, 10 to the third. Ooh, terrible 3. Wow. 4 times 10 to the third cubic centimeters per day. Okay, that gives me 12 times 10. I add my exponents for scientific notation here. 3 plus 4 is 7. So 12 times 10 to the 7th cubic centimeters in my life. Okay, right? So that's the total amount of water in my 82-year life. Okay, and then if I take the total amount of water divided by the total amount of water that fits in one tub, that will give me the number of tubs, or bathtubs, right, that the water will fill. So I'm going to take 12 times 10 to the 7th cubic centimeters and divide by 4 times 10 to the 5th cubic centimeters. Okay, right, this is the total water divided by the volume of the tub. Okay, again, and I'm assuming this is all water, but I do drink other things like tea, which is pretty much it. So this turned out to be a very nice, that's 3. Okay, 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then we take our exponents, we take 10 to the 7th. So I get 3 times 10. I got to subtract my exponents here. I don't know why I changed to, so 7 minus 5. Let me switch back to blue. I think you can see it better. So that ends up being 3 times 10 to the 2 tubs of water, which to me seems surprisingly low. Like if I were to have just out of the blue guessed, I would have guessed in the thousands probably, but logically working through it, it looks like around a couple hundred, 300 tubs of would be filled with all the water, or the amount of water that I will drink in my life will fill about 300 tubs, bathtubs.